it going? It's been a while. Good morning. I am on my way back home. I'm gonna stop at the local. Dan, do you guys have like mega like wholesale stores that sell things in bulk, like food and other things like that? Hey, Terrence. This will be about 45 minutes or so, and then I've got to make the drive. I may make a part three, depending on, this will be a drive. We're coming back off of the island. Hoping the traffic is. I've got. I don't know how many minutes I've got. Probably about 50. I'm hoping to get there by 7:30. If I can. Yo, I imagine, yeah, Dan, I forgot that you don't live in a large town. Yeah, I imagine there isn't one there. There's probably an equivalent. I know that I have a friend that lives in Perth, and he works for a large store. It's more like what we have as called Lowe's. I don't know if you're familiar with that store. I know I don't think it's in Australia. Oh, what is that smell? Waiting for someone to turn left here can be like 10 minutes because there's nowhere else to go. It smells like horse manure. It's 64 out, which is about 13, I'm sorry, 16, 17 Celsius. But it feels a lot colder, like my hands are cold. Yeah, I imagine there's no corona there. That's pretty cool. I wish that were the case here, but it's not. It smells funky. What is that smell? Yeah, I imagine. I know when I used to go to like when I was in North Carolina, when that sun went down, it was okay when it was like 65 and sunny, but when it was 57 and the sun was going down, no thank you. Unfortunately, I can't show as many palms on this trip because it's dark. So that's the downside, of course. Oh yeah, I forgot it's summertime up there, so it's hot. If I lived in that kind of climate, I would probably try and find a night job. Because 104 is not a temperature you see around here. Oh wow. Do you think that's a rain situation or a temperature? You notice any differences there? The skies. I was gonna hit up Pollo Tropical, but it's kind of out of the way. I want to get to Sam's. Yeah, I'm surprised. Maybe they've just gotten used to it. It's hard to say, really. Get that green arrow. Maybe there's 2 lanes right here I can pass these people. No, not really. This is unfortunate. Well, that might have actually, the flowers might have gone necrotic from this, or gotten some fungus. It's hard to say. So we might see me trying to make some moves here. I might not be able to watch the stream for a little bit as I try and find an open spot to pass these people that are not going the speed limit. Let's see what happens. That's doubtful considering the sheer volume of cars going on here. I guess it could be worse. Well, good thing those seats keep a while. I still have a good amount of them, actually. They look fine. They don't feel any different than, I mean, besides maybe a good hydration. They're... What is going on right here? So that's where I would turn if I were, well... try and find my way around this situation. When I'm quiet, I'm focused. Now he's going to go the same speed as me. Give me a break. Hey, Dylan. It's probably still fine. You can freeze palm seeds, and you know, it's not healthy for them, but they seem to be able to survive it. I'd love to feel the power here. Unfortunately, the Cape Coral Police will also feel. I will feel the power of them coming down upon me. They love to give out tickets. They have very limited powers, but they have plenty of traffic violation powers. Once we get out of the Cape, luckily it's like past rush hour now, so we shouldn't have as many traffic issues. This used to be just 2 lanes, no lights. It was a dangerous road. I used to ride my motorcycle down here. This all happened right when Ashley and I kind of started, well, like a year, when I first moved down here, a year after we started dating. So my first videos were in like, that I really started making for the channel were in summer of 2016, like May of 16. I still had my Hyundai Elantra then. And I was trying to work out a deal with a guy on Pine Island that had extra land there, but he was just very wishy-washy like most people there. It's just, hey, Paul, it's been a while. Yeah, you're right. Christmas and New Year's were good. They were a little bit, Christmas was pretty cold, actually. And then New Year's was good. It actually was a decent temperature from what I can remember. I didn't do anything on New Year's, anything at all, because it was so packed out on like the streets, and I really didn't want to be part of like a super spreader event. So let's get this reflection out of the way of that. I'm sure it is. Don't really want a reflection of a mask. If I weren't in such a rush to try and get somewhere, I'd probably be more focused on we're doing okay speed-wise. But buses are growing. That's what they tend to do. Yeah, Dan, that's hilarious. They don't realize, like, you know, you can go to jail, you can get fined for, you know, not wearing a mask in Australia. It's funny to hear stories like that because it's so hard to judge how far away that car is. I'd rather not find out the hard way. I probably could have made that too, but that's all right. Just give me a second as I try and roll through this. I'll be going to jail for it. Okay. But lighter note, we no longer have anyone blocking us. I don't grow Robustas, Washingtonia Robusta, just because they kind of just they're everywhere and they don't really have a lot of value, and I have to be careful with my space. I'm not really growing anything right now. Texas overall so far. Hold on. I know Texas got a lot of snow. Yeah. It happens once every 10 years or so. I mean, maybe 5 years, I guess. Let's do this. I think that they actually look good. I think Robustas look good in the right climate. Like if you were to go to Cabo San Lucas, you can grow coconuts there in that general area, but not really anywhere on that peninsula. I mean, maybe within like 15 miles of there. Mix it with Robustas, which are almost native to the area, and it actually looks pretty sweet, in my opinion. But you grow Robustas in like a tropical, like in Hawaii, I don't think they fit well with much anything. But in a more semi-arid location, Mediterranean, I have no problem with them at all. Just they should grow where they should grow, but they want to grow everywhere. They're kind of greedy. I guess that's why I don't really like them that much. I mean, if I could take, there's no palm in the world that I would be like, if I were living somewhere like this is, you know, you can only see this palm, or you can see none at all. I'm like, well, I'd rather just see that one palm. So it is, I don't, you know, when you live in Florida long enough, you kind of get the luxury of seeing many species. So. The most invasive palm in Hawaii is actually king palm, Arcana Phoenix alexandri. They call it the Hilo palm because it's grown, it literally is grown groves and groves in the valleys around Hilo. And then, you know, it's really good with water. I mean, like, there's tons of water there. It's like 110 inches of rain a year. And it's just you know, it becomes to the point where you're like, man, this is like taking over everything. They're definitely the most invasive. I don't know if they're the most planted. All right. We're doing pretty good here with this road not encountering. car confiscated for a month. Now, it's about, depending on some states, if it's 20 miles an hour over the speed limit, which is about like 32 kilometers an hour over the speed limit, then you can get reckless driving, which you can lose your license for. I don't think you can in Florida. It's like 8 points, something like that. I've only gotten one speeding ticket in my life, which I just paid a $75 fine or lawyer fee for. But they take it seriously. Like in some states, like Virginia, 20 miles an hour over, and in Arkansas, I believe those two states, it's like they can send you to jail, and you can lose your license. They're the two worst states to speed in. So if I'm going to, like, I don't have a radar detector. I probably should have one. Like, I was talking to my friend about it right before I left. He has a $700 one. I don't know if I'm going to go that hardcore with it, but so using hand sanitizer because I had dirty hands from playing with the plants. Cars come for good. In New York, if you get a DUI, your car gets confiscated until, I don't know, maybe it's a second DUI. Which is, Dan, I was driving. Driving under the influence of alcohol. What do they call that in Australia? They call it a DUI because in New York it's called DWI. Oh, it is, okay. So in New York it's called DWI, driving while intoxicated. In Florida it's called driving. Most southern states call it DUI, which is driving under the influence. Now, New York's normal, the whole country is 0.08 for their blood alcohol content. But in New York, you can actually get a lesser charge called DWAI, which is driving while ability impaired, which I believe is 0.05, but I could be wrong. It's been so long since. And that can get you like a big fine. You can't lose your license for it, I don't believe, but you can get. Where the fuck is the road going? Oh. It looks like the road. Just stop it. Oh no. Don't do this to me. Don't get me stuck behind someone doing 45. Thankfully I didn't drive down here in the Avalon. I really don't want to be an ass to the person in front of me, but he's really not doing me any favors right now. Worst part about it is the car wants to pull back into the wrong lane, at least for America. Alright guys, sorry about that. Yeah, I actually was down on Pine Island. I was at Corey's deal, and I had to pick up something and do some Palm IDs for them. So my first time in Lee County in 6 months. Oh, 45 miles an hour here? That's bullshit. Ain't nobody got time for that. Rife is not hard to grow as long as you have the proper. Yeah, man, that was a fun time, and it can happen again once things get better. I hadn't seen him since March, so I might. Oh no, yeah, I actually saw him quickly when I was selling my Savinarias. I'm trying to get to Sam's Club by 8 o'clock. Still got about a half an hour to go. I wish someone could, because I can't GPS it when my phone's on. I wish someone could like see where I was and be like, okay, yeah, you're X number of minutes away. I mean, I know generally how far I am, but question to ask me. So yeah, there is a long-held belief that Florida has a tropical climate, and so I should make a video on this. So 95% of Florida or more, well, geographically speaking, about it's hard to say. So according to Köppen climate classification, I'd say about 80% of Florida is subtropical. So that's everything in Florida minus essentially West Palm Beach to Miami through the Keys, and then around Lake Okeechobee, and then up to around Sarasota. Well, actually, right around, yeah, I mean, like, depending on what map you look at, it could be up to Sarasota or Fort Myers. They're considered tropical. But in reality, the only real tropical area are the Keys, in my opinion. Miami still succumbs to occasional frost. I mean, it's really rare now, but it happens. But we actually talked about this in the last live stream, but West Palm to Miami has West Palm and Fort Lauderdale actually have a tropical rainforest climate. Miami has a tropical monsoon climate, and then the Keys and Southwest Florida have a tropical savanna climate. I should start selling seeds on Amazon. I'm tired of eBay. Yeah, in the summertime, pretty much the whole state, has tropical weather. You got tons of rain, heat, humidity. Erie Island warm spots. That sounds like that could be taken multiple ways. You order to see Shamrops Humulus? That's good. You bought a plant, or you bought the seeds? I went through a bunch of dust here. Let me see if I can't get it. Right. In my opinion, if it gets to 32 degrees, or ever gets there, then, you really don't live in a tropical climate. In fact, really any fear of like frost or freezing weather is, in my opinion, subtropical. Like Key West has a tropical savanna climate, and I think that zone 11 is really what determines a tropical climate. So that's what you're talking about. Essentially the Keys, and maybe not even Key Largo at that point. Maybe like Tavernier south. A lot of people say, like, if you want to grow all types of tropical plants without worrying about the weather, you really have to be in Marathon or south, which is really true. I mean, lipsticks really don't grow long term anywhere. I mean, really, like, talking like for a century at a time, north of Marathon or Isle Morada, which is in the Middle Keys. Key Largo can get a little chilly. I've seen it, get down below what a lipstick would be happy with. So, I really don't like is like keeping my turn signal on. But when you have people flying by you, you need to kind of let them know that, hey, I'm here. Right. And that's why England, you can grow a lot of stuff too. I mean, there are Canary Island dates in England, which is, or London, I should say, which is about 51 north, right? So 51 north, you're talking, that's Montreal territory. Yeah, there isn't a Gulf Stream, which is funny because it's like, even though it's on the Gulf, but it comes out of the Gulf of Mexico and kind of like swings around. That's how it starts. I believe it's where it got its name from. Can someone do me a favor and tell me, look on Google Maps and tell me how far it is time-wise from, let me see what kind of vantage point. Trying to think of a good landmark to use here. Damn it. Trying to think of a unique landmark in Punta Gorda that I can use to. I could say, yeah, I think that they grow. I mean, yeah, I saw one in Valdosta too, driving down. Cause I took 75 up to Macon, and then I went up to North Carolina. So I actually saw Butia is north of Athens, which is actually impressive. Can you guys tell me how long a drive it is from, if someone can go on Google, from the Ice House Pub in Punta Gorda to Sam's Club in Port Charlotte? I'm trying to figure out, gauge how far of a drive I have. If someone can do that, great. If not, no worries. I don't. That car to the left there. If I only could have one car, that would probably be it, just because it's so useful for kind of everything. It's kind of boring, but see, now I'm allowed to talk about, like, if on my live stream, if I think there's a cute girl in a car, because otherwise Ashley would have lost her mind. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, it's amazing how some parts of Ireland just don't really ever get below freezing. It's been 64 degrees the entire time that I've been in this car, on the way there and back. I two ended. Oh, yeah, Dan. Ashley and I haven't been together since July. 17 minutes. Okay, that's the kind of numbers I wanted to hear. I'm gonna be coming up to the Ice House Pub in about 3 minutes here. It's right before the bridge. I'll show you the. Or I could have done the Toyota dealership where I bought my car from, but that's okay. It's probably almost. Yeah, it's in a few minutes to each other. I just want to make sure I get into Sam's Club before. Like, so I have a good, like, half an hour to shop, I guess. So yeah, Dan, Ashley. This is, I mean, I don't mind talking about it on a live stream because I can always, like, delete it and stuff. But Ashley's mom contracted COVID, and she was getting a little bit too close to her mom, so I decided to go away for a few days, and kind of decided I didn't want to live there anymore. And she went and met someone else real fast. Oh, it was her high school boyfriend, but you know, I moved in. I live back in Venice now. I've been here for 6 months. This is my first time going back down here since then, really. So, worst case scenario is I get pulled over and then I don't make it to Sam's Club in time. The Ice House Pub is right up here in a few blocks. It's busy coming over the bridge. Yeah, I haven't even seen Ashley since October. She didn't get married, she's engaged, but I'm not going to get into her private life, but let's just say she has a few things she needs to figure out before she can really move forward with a lot of that. We just passed the Ice House Pub. Wow. Oh, there's a Chevy Corsica. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. That car to the left right there. Those things usually hit the junkyard within 10 years. It's like classically unreliable. Alright, so I'll get there around 7:30. That's perfect. I thought I wasn't even going to get there that soon. Best views during the daytime coming over the bridge, especially coming southbound. There's a lot more palms on the other side, but they built this kind of park here. This used to be sort of a nothing thing, and where those condos are going up used to be just empty land that people would park cars for sale. I almost bought a car actually on that lot. I would bring you guys into Sam's Club with me, but it's a little bit difficult. Plus, I got to use the bathroom. I don't think you guys want to hear me go to the bathroom. So it really hasn't. I mean, all I see is really just like what appears to be some sort of parking situation. I guess it's still going. I mean, they must have to really build it up because it's so close to the water, but. CLA 250, that is the most entry-level Mercedes. I don't know if people buy such small car. I mean, that's like a $40,000 car, and that's basically the equivalent of a Toyota Corolla with a little more like luxury features. I don't know why people buy that. Why wouldn't you just get like a Toyota Avalon? I don't know. Tell me how you feel about that in the comments. Oh, there's the police. Sweet. By the way, if I do get pulled over, I will keep the live stream running. That I can guarantee you. Still 64 degrees. It is supposed to drop tonight to about 53 though. So Erie Island being 8B, that's like Gainesville. It's amazing. There must be some geothermal activity there allowing that to happen. So if I come there, will you show me like the hot spot? Maybe there's some radioactive activity. Maybe that's why things are a little bit weird there. Why the sidewalks are all kind of cracked up and crooked. Who knows? Well, at least we're making better time than I thought we were. This is much better than earlier in the day. And that was not fun. So in the 3-lane situation, you have a passing lane, which is what I should be in right now, and then you have a slow lane on the right side, and you kind of have a lane that kind of interchanges between the two, more of a cruising lane, but that's just not going to happen here. Earlier on, I passed those Bismarckies. They're alive, but they're not looking so hot. They're definitely stunted, and they don't have a full crown. Let me pass this guy. Oh, maybe not. So the Sam's Club in this town is on the west side of town, really not even in Port Charlotte. It's in an area called Murdoch, which is a... Dylan, have you been to that Sam's Club? It's if you just come up 776, right when you hit 741, it's right there at that what's it called? That junction. I'll be there pretty soon. But then I got another 25-minute drive home, so you know, this isn't the end of the stream, so to speak, just the end so I can shop. I thought they closed at 9. They used to close at 9 or at least 8:30, but for some reason it says 8 o'clock on Google. I didn't bother calling. I'm just gonna... Google has been wrong many times before, but... They actually sell plants at Sam's Club too. Like 3 or 4, usually Majesties and like some kind of Dracaena, like they call it the corn plant. You see them in almost every Chinese restaurant, sort of thing.